It's 10 o'clock at night, and while most of us are at home, Alyssa Bierkel is at the office.
My motto is I'm never gonna give up. I will find a way.
An attorney with the California Innocence Project, Bierkel is so devoted to crusading for her clients' release from prison that their cases literally move her to tears.
How do you tell someone that even with that evidence of innocence, they're gonna die in prison?
In this case, that someone is Kim Long, a Southern California emergency room nurse, a mother of 2 little ones, found guilty of savagely killing her live-in boyfriend 13 years ago.
If it can happen to someone like Kim, who's a nurse in the community, who's a mother, who's just your average American family, it could happen to any one of us. And that's what's scary.
Nurse, mom, daughter. That's the portrait of Kim Long her attorneys want you to have. But the prosecution has painted Long as a drunk, an aspiring biker chick, and brutally violent.
I'm not that person. I'm not a mean, malicious person.
So who's the real Kim? She agreed to talk to us, so tonight you can form your own opinion.
Now it's about being natural, and it's about conversation, and about being you.
I never care how I look.
Really?
No.
The affable demeanor and self-assured voice of the former nurse, a far cry from the frantic tone you hear in her 911 call from October 6, 2003.
Oh my God!
Screams of disbelief as Kim describes the body of her boyfriend, Ozzie Condi, brutally bludgeoned to death on their living room sofa.
I always have to relive it, and it's so hard to do, you know? After 13 years, it's just not any easier to explain what happened.
She'd certainly seen him in happier times. They'd first met in the late 80s when she was in middle school in sunny Orange County, California. The two shared a passion for a new band called Guns N' Roses.
What drew you to him?
He was very sweet, very genuine, kind-hearted, just loved everybody, loved life. He was the first person I've ever loved. So I think that always sticks with you for the rest of your life.
They lost touch when Kim's family moved to Corona, an LA bedroom community about 25 miles away. It would be nearly a decade before the two lovebirds locked eyes again. It happened out of the blue. On a hunch, Kim says she appeared at Ozzie's front door.
Had he changed much since you met him first in middle school?
No, we just got older. I think it was love at first sight again. We both felt the same way.
Except for one big difference. When they last saw each other, they were kids. Now, Kim had kids of her own, a 5-year-old son and a 10-year-old daughter. Ozzie was also a dad and had become something of an artist. His muse, motorcycles. His canvas, polished chrome. And while he dreamed of open roads, Kim fantasized about a biker wedding.
Yeah, now it sounds really stupid, you know, a biker wedding. All I wanted was a couple bikes there. I thought it would be cool.
October 5th, 2003, a lazy fall Sunday. Kim's kids are away, so she and Ozzie joined some friends for a day of biking and boozing.
Alcohol played a huge role in every aspect of a bad decision that I ever made.
By nightfall, Kim says she's downed as many as 22 drinks. She's lit up like the 4th of July, and Ozzie is aggravated as he watches his girlfriend flirt with other guys here at Mavericks, a local bar.
Were you a flirt?
Yeah. He just said I was moving about too much, talking to other people, not paying attention to him.
The timeline of what follows, much of it hotly contested, will be the key to the case. But all sides agree that once home, in the couple's driveway, the jealousy and resentment proved to be explosive.
Do you remember the kinds of things you were saying to him?
You're not working, get out. Could have said deadbeat. I said some pretty mean things to him. I mean, he was in between jobs. So I just had a lot of ammunition.
Fed up, she told him to pack up and get out. There's a witness to all of this, Jeff Dills, a friend who'd hung out with him throughout the day. He watches as Kim becomes violent, not only hurling insults, but anything she can get her hands on.
Yeah, started throwing my purse at him. I think I swung my helmet.
I mean, you were having a physical altercation in public with a man who a couple of hours later would wind up dead. Looks bad.
Yeah, it does.
Fearing neighbors might call police, Jeff steps in and offers to take Kim to his place to cool off. But after they arrive there, things only get hotter.
Kim had another drink. and they decided to get into the hot tub, started fooling around, kissing, and then they took things to the bedroom.
After their tryst, Jeff drives Kim back home. He says he watched her go inside.
It's like the hardest part. The door was unlocked, and I walked into the house, and man. So I could see Ozzy laying on the couch, and I called his name, and I saw a big blood stain on the couch.
She says when she sees a gaping gash on his head, she freaks out.
I ran outside for some reason thinking I can catch Jeff. And I remembered going into the kitchen, getting the phone, and calling 911.
The call is made at 2:09.
I just came home. He's bleeding. I don't know what's going on. He's still bleeding. If he's wrong, I think you can give him medical attention. I can't give him medical attention. What's wrong with him?
Did you think of rendering first aid? Doing anything?
I'm just panicked, and I need somebody to come and help me.
After being cooped up in the interrogation room for hours, cops begin to question Nurse Long. She's still drunk from her 12-hour bender, but she's clear-headed enough to demand some answers.
What the happened?
That's what we're trying to figure out, Kim.
Oh my God. I don't understand any of it.
She describes that day's events, but is oddly reluctant to specify who she was with.
Who were you riding with?
Friends.
Friends?
Mm-hmm.
What are their names?
That doesn't matter.
When the interrogation resumes, Kim is inconsolable. Ozzy's lost his life. She's lost her love.
You know how my life is now. He was it. He was it. I have nothing. We were gonna have a bike away. Everything was perfect. He was my match.